All right, Larry Kruger from the Pig and a Pickle Krueg Show with a little 49er video as we talk a little bit about the report that says that maybe Cam Skattebo is the good fit for the 49ers in the upcoming NFL draft. But first, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out. They're in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Get some brisket chili. Tell them that Krug sent you. Pig and a Pickle. And we're also brought to you by Claw Daddy Arcades. They're a great follow on Instagram at claw_daddy_arcades and find a location near you. And this video is sponsored by LearnKeys Upskill Academy, an online learning platform designed to get you job ready in 6 months or less. That's right. Whether you're interested in IT, cybersecurity, marketing, or another high demand field, they offer over 30 certification programs to help you take that next step in your professional career. They've been in business for 37 years. They have over 200,000 students. They've worked with over 100 students are placed with new jobs every month. We're big fans of LearnKey, and the links are in the description for all of our sponsors. Thanks to LearnKey Upskill Academy for being a proud sponsor of the Krueg Show. All right. Kind of an interesting report I read today. Fox Sports' Eric Williams recently evaluated the top 10 running back prospects in this year's NFL draft and matched them with ideal NFL landing spots. And he identified Arizona State's Cam Skattebo as a good fit for the Niners, projecting the Niners to grab him potentially with one of their fourth round draft choices. The Niners may use one of their 11 draft picks to bolster the backfield. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And they very well could invest in a guy like Scataboo. Now, Christian McCaffrey, if you look at the Niners situation at running back right now, I mean, he's healthy right now, but he did miss 13 games last season. He's coming off a PCL injury. He's got chronic tendonitis in both Achilles. Yeah, it's gone away, but it's gone away because he hasn't played football. When he plays football, I think he'll probably return. And then you've got a guy who's an older player who just came off a season where he missed 13 games. Jordan Mason, who finished as the team's leading rusher, was traded to the Vikings in the offseason. So that really only leaves Patrick Taylor, possibly Izzy Abanaconda, and Isaac Guerrero behind McCaffrey on the Niners running back depth chart. So I don't think it would be surprising at all to see the Niners add a running back in this draft, and maybe two. Shanahan says that McCaffrey's doing great. He said, he said, we'll see if we add someone in the draft. You'd like to add one running back every year. The Niners, of course, also lost Elijah Mitchell in free agency. He went to Kansas City. So a guy like Scataboo would have a chance to earn some playing time as a special teamer and a backup running back. And he's an interesting guy. He's a Sacramento kid who went to Sac State, got a chance at the FCS level, and then transferred his last, to Arizona State, and had a great 2024. And, in this scenario, you got the Bay Area kid coming back home and playing, at running back for a guy, behind a guy that he really admires, I'm sure, in Christian McCaffrey. Now, the Niners did meet with Scataboo during the NFL scouting combine in Indianapolis, along with several other running backs. Bobby T, the Niner running back coach, Bobby Turner, the veteran coach, one of the longest tenured coaches in pro football, he undoubtedly has spent months and weeks and weeks and weeks on the phone with these prospects, guys that he really likes, he keeps up on in the springtime. And I wouldn't be shocked at all if Scataboo were a player that he was keeping up on. Now, Scataboo did not run the 40 at the combine. And at the pro day in Tempe, he ran in the low 4.6s, 4.60, 4.65, in that range, which is not an incredible time. He's 5'9", about 220 pounds. He did have a 39-inch vertical at the combine. But, he was a workhorse this year. He carried the ball 293 times for a Big 12 leading in school record 1,711 yards and 21 rushing touchdowns in 13 games. He also added 45 receptions for 605 yards and 3 more scores. He was first team AP All-American, all Big 12 honors, 5th place finish in the Heisman voting. Spent first 3 seasons, as I said, at Sac State, and then transferred to Arizona State in 2023. 2 seasons with the Sun Devils. He had almost 2,500 rushing yards on 457 attempts and 30 rushing touchdowns, and then added 69 catches for 891 yards and 4 more touchdowns. So he's not a burner, but he is a gamer. There's no question about that. He had over 200 all-purpose yards in the overtime thriller against Texas in the Peach Bowl. He was absolutely amazing. Absolutely an amazing player. So this is a really good college football player who I think can be a pretty good NFL football player. His brother Leo played fullback at Sacramento City College and Bowling Green. And, you know, this guy's got a compact frame, and he's got what Scataboo's got that others don't. He's got contact balance that's just off the charts. He can break through the line of scrimmage, get to that second level, and he can kind of just ricochet off bodies. He reads blocks quickly. He's a little bit more elusive than you think. He doesn't have that top end speed. So, and in this draft, you know, there's a bunch of backs in this draft that do have that top end speed. He's an effective receiver out of the backfield. That will add to his value. He's physical. There's no question about that. He's tough. He's a complimentary back. He's got he can play on all 3 downs. He can throw the ball. You know, I mean, there's no question about that. He's got a good arm. He can help you in a lot of different ways. He can add yards after contact on swing passes and little throws to the flat. You know, you got to wonder about a couple things. How durable is he? You know, can he stay durable? Does he have the big time NFL acceleration that you kind of need to excel? Can he handle the football? Can he, you know, take care of the ball? You know, he's had some fumbles. You know, what kind of straight line speed does he have? You know, does he have a good size catch radius? I know he can jump and I know he can catch, but what kind of catch radius does he have on balls in the flat? And you know, I mean, there's also, you know, this guy's taking a lot of shots to his shoulders. I mean, I'd like to make sure that he's healthy. There was a quote from an AFC executive who said, "You hear guys say I'm built different, but usually it's all talk. This guy really is built differently. He sees and plays the game like a linebacker." So, yeah, I mean, there's no question. He's an interesting guy. 39-inch vertical was 95th percentile. The broad jump was 85th percentile. The question is, you know, he had 3 games with at least 99 yards receiving. He can catch. He forced 105 total missed tackles, which was 3rd in the nation. So he can do that. The question is, at the pro level, can he make defenders miss? And that would be my biggest question about him as well. Is he just an okay player at the NFL level? He's a little small for a fullback. He's a little lacks some special explosive movement traits to be an elite running back. Is he just like a good story special teamer? Somebody said he's like a Rex Burkhead. You know, I think he's a good NFL player, but in this draft where you have running backs like, you know, that are projected to not get drafted, who are really, really good, I can't take this guy in the 3rd round. No way. No way. Now, if he's there in the 5th round, maybe. But even so, I mean, I'd much rather have Montrell Johnson from Florida. I'd much rather have Taj Brooks from Texas Tech. I mean, there's 5 or 6 backs. Kyle Monangai. Much rather have Kyle Monangai. There's probably others that I can't think of off the top of my head, but there's a bunch. So I like him. It's a great story. I believe the Niners have interest. It would be a phenomenal story. He's a Bay Area kid. To play here in Northern California would be cool. But I just see him as kind of a juice, you know, kind of an undersized Juszczyk. Juszczyk's 6 feet, 6'1", 240. This guy's more like, you know, 5'10", 5'11", 220. You know, but he does a lot of good things. I mean, he could be a jack of all trades. I just think that there's better backs. To be completely honest, I just think there's better backs. This guy's got tremendous heart, and he's a great story, and he would be an easy guy to root for, and there's a lot of people that love him. I just think that there are other backs in this draft that are that are bigger sleepers that you could get later who are going to be quite a bit better. I mean, I'll just say this: if you take Cam Skattebo in the 3rd or 4th round, and you take another back in the 5th, 6th, 7th round or undrafted, I would almost bet anything that second back will be better than Cam Skattebo. So I like Scataboo. I wouldn't mind the Niners getting him, but it would have to be mid to late day 3, not late on day 2. And I just think that, if he was bigger, if he were healthier, if he ran faster, if he was a little bit more dynamic, I'd feel better about him. I love his character, but I love his story. Heck, I'm a Sac State guy, but to me, this guy's a 5th round pick, probably more like a 6th round pick, who's going to go in like the 3rd round because of his rep and name, and that game against Texas. Everybody watched that game, so there you go. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krueg Show. Thanks to Sharp Corner Sports Cards and Collectibles for being a proud sponsor of the Krueg Show. Thanks to LearnKey. Thanks to Claudaddy. The links are in the description on all the sponsors. And thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krueg Show on YouTube.